and welcome back to my channel. Just a few days before Christmas, so this is my last tutorial until, well, I'm going to take a week off. So, but I thought, you know what, we haven't done this journal yet, is just a pocket. So, you know, real basic pocket. I like to add a little something to it by, by just doing a little mini cluster, and then I've got some torn paper. But I thought, you know what, let's finish off with this. And I'm gonna actually, y'all know that I grow, you know, most of my dye flowers in my own garden, and I've also saved the seeds. So for this journal, I plan on adding some of my Cosmo seeds in here, and then I'll pop this in here. So if they want to grow their own, they can. And that's what I used for dyeing this paper, was Cosmo. So I thought it'd be really fun. So we're going to do this really clean, simple pocket, because every journal needs just a basic pocket. I'm going to get this one out of the way and bring this one over. And I've decided I would like to use more of this birdie paper. I really, you know, just, we got the birds here. And then we've got some browns and some flowers. The roses and the bunnies. And then we got, you know, so I feel like the birdie here. Yeah. So I'm going to mix these two together for this pocket. So I'm going to get, I put this behind here, just so I can focus. I can pull this out. Remember, this is our sorry. My gosh, what am I trying to say? Our journal where these can come in and out, but most of the time, if I don't have to, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to start with just kind of measuring this out. Let's see what we need. I'm going to go from there. Okay. So I'm going to cut this edge straight, because I'd cut a chunk of this off, and I just want that to be nice and straight. Here we go. Let's take a look. Okay. I feel like this side's not super straight either. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. So I'm going to glue this one in. Just make sure that's okay. There we go. Okay. But before I do that, I'm going to double up this edge like I always do, and I'm going to give it a notch. So let's do that real quick. Okay, here we go. Here, bring some of this down. For my journals, sometimes, like I said in the past, I have my eco prints, and sometimes I have a really pretty piece of eco print that I don't want to cover up all of it. And, you know, you can write on the eco printed paper, but I could see, I know for me, I'm always like, oh, I don't know if I want to write on it. So, usually those are pages I like to do little pockets or things just to. Okay, so we've got that. And then let's find our center. We have how many inches? Let's flip this. Should be 6, right? 6 by 6. 6 by 6. Okay, so our center is 1, 2, 3. Is that 6? Oh, it's not 6. See? Good thing I checked. 5.5. 2, 2.5. Okay, so our middle is going to be right about here. I must have cut this down. That's too funny. And my you know, I use this 1-inch circle punch like crazy. If you only ever buy one circle punch, buy the 1-inch. Will serve you well. And I'm just doing a very narrow notch there, just to signify that that is a pocket. I don't always put in notches. And I'm going to distress this with some of the Vintage Photo Tim Holtz. Just get in there so that that pops a little bit. I know it won't have a chance to really do that again once I glue that in. And I like to double up those edges because I just feel like it gives it some durability in your journal. Okay, so we're going to glue. I'm going to just check and see if I can cut this down before. So we would have about there. Might be easier. You know what? No, I'll cut it down afterwards. Okay, so we're going to glue this in. And I am going to go from the bottom. I'm going to mark my 2 sides. Cinnamon, we're not doing that. She's like, yes, we are. Okay. And that way I know where to put my glue. Okay. So I'm just gluing the bottom and the 2 sides so that the top will be open. So it'll be a pocket. Okay. Let's get this in there. There we go. Perfect. No, Sin. Okay. And I'm going to pop something in there just while I really... And that gives the pocket some ease. So when it's all dry, it's easy. It's got a little room in there to put stuff in. Sometimes if you do it completely flat and you don't give it any ease, it's a really tight pocket. Okay, there we go. And now I can trim off this excess here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and I am going to just give that a little ink there and a little ink along the bottom. Ah, sorry, guys. Cinnamon, no. Okay, there we go. Okay. And I want to keep this interesting. I don't want it to be so completely boring. So I was thinking about adding, yeah, see, I like that sort of torn edge along the bottom. Guys, hold on, let my dog out. They sound absolutely crazy. And if you guys saw, they are the smallest little dogs. But they like to sound big and tough. You know what? Okay. So I'm just going to tear a little more of this off because it was a little thicker than I wanted it. There we go. That's better. So it just gives this pocket a little something, right? Is my camera falling down? Huh. I don't know. Is it? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to ink this before I glue it on, just because I like to ink these layers, especially when I do these torn edges, to make it sort of pop. And if you're not into torn edges, do a pretty shape. Do whatever you want. I really like the torn edges. It's what appeals to me. But I know some people probably would rather have it look a little neater. I'm just going to get in there. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to glue that on. just because I just can't do just a basic pocket. I just can't. I'm not capable. I gotta decorate it. Okay. So I'm just gonna put some glue. Okay. And there we go. Aw. Yeah. Oh, let's just pull that up. Ah, there we go. Okay. Trim that off. Okay. And I wanted to do a little cluster over here. Now, I've got so much stuff. So much stuff. So, you know, these are the Paper Studio. But I've also got some Tim Holtz stuff. I've got a mix. So I'm just going to pull out. I should have done this in advance, but I didn't. I got a little carried away. So I have, in fact, let's pull out our Tim Holtz container. Tim Holtz container right here. Okay. Let's take a look in here. But I want it to be a little bigger, so let's see, what do we got? Got some butterflies. I should have done this in advance, huh? Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. Okay. So we would have this piece here, and I want to do a cluster. No, that's too busy, isn't it? That is too busy. But what if we took a piece of... that, no. And that, okay. And maybe a little stamp here. And do we have any cool fabric? Maybe a little piece of fabric that we can pop in there. So these clusters are so much fun to make. You know, you're just playing with it, right? Just having fun. Oh, I have a little piece of this green. Maybe this will look good. Okay. Okay. Let's get a piece of this green off. Okay. Sorry, guys. I should have been better prepared. Okay, so I've got some green here. I kind of like the idea of a little piece of this green. And I'm not loving this piece. I like this and this. And, ooh. I kind of like that. Maybe we do it like that. Instead of having... I think I'm going to do that. Just a little cluster. Okay, so I'm going to ink this one because it's going to be that bottom layer. And I know this is a pretty basic tutorial. You guys probably already know how to do all of this. But to be honest, I've been crazy, crazy busy. And I always do put one of these pockets in my junk journals. And I'm like, okay, I've got to finish up getting my Christmas shopping list done. So I was like, well, this'll work. Okay, so we're going to glue this one down. Okay. And then I'm going to do this little piece of fabric. And when I use fabric, I use fabric tack. Okay. And I'm at the end of my bottle. So get a little. Come on. Sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay. Put a little of that down. Got a little piece here. And I want this butterfly over the, or this flower over the top. So on this flower, I'm going to do a mix because I'm going to glue it to fabric and also to paper. And you know, you can do these clusters in advance. You mass make them. Again, I do a lot of mass making on like tags and booklets and different things, but on stuff like this, I feel like whenever I mass make a whole bunch of clusters, when I go to do a journal, I'm like, oh, well, that's not exactly what I was looking for. I don't have anything that's exactly what I wanted. So then I end up making it anyway. Because I don't know the colors yet and all of that. I mean, okay. So now we've got this little itty bitty bitty cluster here and our pocket here. And you can just take some paper or some cards. I'm just going to throw some things on there just so we can see. So there we go. We've just got our pocket with some cards in it. And we've got our little notch, and we did a little cluster here. Let me bring this up just so you can see. So we've got some fabric and some paper, and this pocket looks really intricate and interesting, even though, you know, we didn't do much, right? It took us all of 5 minutes. So listen, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, you know, whatever you celebrate, this is the time of year when we all come together and we're our best selves. And I think remembering that there's a place at the table for everybody is this is the time of year to remember that more than any other time. So merry any holiday that you are celebrating, and you know, goodwill to everybody.